Listen, guys. Listen. Okay, listen. Today we have a client who likes to get coaching, and this person is, believe it or not, only 15 years old. 15-year-old player who peaked 402 LP this season, and right now is sitting on 214 LP. He's been a watcher of mine for a little while now, and he's been meaning to get coaching, but he just didn't have the funds. And so now with my sale, he's able to get it. So we're going to see how good this guy is. Okay, hello?
Oh, yeah, no, I can hear you.
Yo, what's up, man?
Nothing much, how about you?
I'm chilling. Are you ready?
Yes, and really excited.
Okay, very good to hear. All right, we're going to start with a little OPGG review. I usually don't do this, but I think it sets the tone pretty nicely, actually. So I'm going to start doing this now. So you are a 214 LP player. You've been playing League for, well, I mean, since season 12, right?
Yes.
And you've been just steadily climbing, right? Just very steady progress. Actually, it reminds me of my own progression when I started playing League. I started playing in season 3 when I was roughly, I think I was like 13 years old when I started playing. And then look, I just climbed from bronze to gold to plat to diamond to master to cha, and then I just like, regressed. No. So yeah, like very steady progress, very nice. Okay, and you are an aatrox player, right? You would say you're an aatrox main, not a one trick, correct? Or...
Yes, main.
Okay, you don't want that title. I respect that. So just for the viewers, because we already had introduction, right? But what are your aspirations? What are you trying to achieve? What is your overall goal with League of Legends?
So I want to get really good, and I mean really good. Like I would at least hit like mid challenger. That's my goal. I just love this game so much, and I couldn't like. I play this game so much. It would be sad if I couldn't achieve like a good rank at least once in my League career. And yeah, if it continues to work well for me, I would maybe look for going pro, or being like a little bit famous as a streamer as well. It's my big dream. But like first of all, I want my next goal is to hit a GM, like the next rank, and I want to get a really good aatrox. I want to be a good aatrox player. Okay.
Hey, big dreams, but you're young. You have it's very low risk for you at this moment to go for it. So I would say it's a good aspiration to have, to be honest. Okay, now listen, I don't really like to go over a lot of coaches. They go over like all CS per minute, when, In my opinion, your CS being low is just a byproduct of, having poor macro and poor decision making. So I can't say anything about your CS. I can't say anything about your deaths, I just want to kind of go over, your champ pool, and we can kind of make it like a little bit of a clear path for you to when you want to get the GM. The thing is, you could one trick and get the GM easily, but getting to Chow with one tricking is a little bit harder, I would say, because your champ is more dependent on the meta. So the best thing to do would be to like have a champ pool of like 2 to 3 champions. You get really good at those, and then, climb. My advice to you would be to stick to 3, max 4 champions. I would say 3, and like make a logical champ pool, right? So you want 1 blind pick for blue side, you want 1 counter pick for red side, and then you want 1 champion that covers all those champs' weaknesses. So, for example, aatrox is a good blue side blind pick. Mordekaiser is a good red side counter pick, and ornn is like engage. And aatrox and Mordekaiser don't have engage, right?
Yeah. So
ornn would be a good fit for engage, right? Now Mbessa is just a better version of aatrox because she's also a good blind pick, yet she's also like, stronger just factually, right? Just win rate and just like a better champ, but Mbessa gets banned more often. So my suggestion would just be to do aatrox, Mordekaiser, ornn. But if you really enjoy Mbessa and you don't really, want to do that, then that's up to you, right? That's what I would suggest. But again, you can make the final call. That is just what I believe about the game, okay? Okay, now we can go on to the next segment. We have a couple of VODs. I'm just going to pick a random one, honestly. Let's look here. Okay, we got aatrox vs Claire. Okay, what happened in this game?
I don't really know. I think I entered early a little bit, and Kled just like snowballed onto me. Like I couldn't do very much.
Okay.
I think usually the matchup I have to just chill to plated or 100, and then it kind of shifts. But I don't know. I entered the early trade a little bit much.
Yeah. Okay. Do you usually do this against Kled, or was this like kind of just autopilot? You're just like doing something?
Nah, usually I just sit in the first bush or under turret and just chill, but here I don't know, he hit his Q, and then I started to get my Q rotation in and wanted to go out after the Qs, but he kind of dodged all of my Qs, so...
Yeah. So you see the problem against Kled, this is just a matchup specific thing, is this trade you're doing, it doesn't end up giving you prio. And so here's the problem. You don't have TP, right? So if you think into the future, if Kled ends up getting prio, and you can't really stop him from crashing, and he gets a 3-wave crash, the wave will start pushing towards him, and you're going to be stuck with the wave pushing away from you with low HP, yet he's going to be recalling, getting full HP, and coming back. So often, the best thing to do is, in hard matchups, is just to give priority and play to preserve your health bar, okay? Now, why is this the case against Kled specifically, among other champions like Darius Fiora, right? Kled, even though you are stronger level 1, technically, he can remount really easily because your Q cooldown is very high, and he can hit his Q, and he has a lot of range on his autos, right? So if I'm playing Kled, this is what I want. This is exactly what I want, because you're just gonna, okay, he dropped like, 500 health, but he has a 300 health, remount. So you never do this against Kled. This is like not good. Against Kled, you always want to respect early, like stand in your wave. Then you can maybe do auto Q, walk away. But you want to kind of keep him mounted on 1 HP. That's how you do the best against Kled. You want to trade, but you want him to be 1 HP off of demounting. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sorry.
So after you get dismounted, I can kill him easily. So I can't mount again.
You see, now, even though you had a lot of good trades, you hit every Q and yada yada yada, this situation, he's gonna level up before you, and he's gonna be able to kill you, right? So, I mean, you almost die here. Oh, you do die here, yeah. And that is the classic Kled problem. Okay. Right, okay, so the thing is, we are in a pretty bad spot right now, and we can climb out of this spot though. There are a couple things you can do to get out of this. The first thing you do is you ask yourself, what advantages do I have? Anytime you come back to lane, you have to ask yourself this. Even though he killed you, it's not 100% certain that you are screwed. What did he use and what did you use?
Both use both some, so...
Okay. Alright, and then where's the enemy jungler?
I would guess, I don't think that we had Raptor Ward level 1. I would guess he's bot side pathing into bot.
Okay, why are we guessing? Why don't we just know?
I didn't pay enough attention.
Okay, so here's the thing. You know what I'm telling you right now? Like, I'm just asking a simple question, right? I'm looking at the VOD and I'm asking a simple question. Where's the enemy jungler? If you are reviewing your own VODs, you should ask yourself this question, because what does that do? Your brain goes, oh, I don't know what enemy jungler is. I'm supposed to know that. How could I possibly know what enemy jungler is? What do you think the answer is?
Deep ward, or look at the champs.
Yeah, where deep ward? Where, when, how?
Like, if I get Prio, for example, like a 3-wave crash or something, I could ward like Crux and know then where the enemy jungle is. Or if my mid laner wards Raptors or my jungler wards Buffer or something.
Yeah, what you said about warding Crux is not good, but warding Raptors level 1, that is very good, okay? That is what you want, okay? And you don't want to use your own ward, you want to have someone else use their ward, because if you ward, they're gonna gank you, and your ward's gone. So, yeah, just ask your mid laner to ward Raptors early, because if you knew where he started, you would know where he is, because junglers tend to full clear, right? Okay, so the wave is pushing away from you. Here, the advantage that you have is that you have a massive minion wave, okay? And you can kind of just stand your ground here, okay? That is what I want you to do. He just used his W on the wave and his Q. So right now, you walk up and trade. And that is all you have to do. If this guy, like, because here's the thing, Kled has to thin your wave, right? If he doesn't thin your wave, he can't hold the freeze. So right now, you just kind of want to wiggle back and forth, bait his spells. That's what he just throws him away himself. Now you should trade. Okay, you should be looking to walk forward, Q, W, Q, Q, and get out. He ends up Eing. Okay, this guy's kind of inting. Your E was a little bit mismanaged. You shouldn't have to E here. You know, you
Yeah.
can just hit your
Just
Q
make
and
you free.
E out. Yeah. And then again, you want to keep this guy on his mount, but you want him to be 1 HP. That is kind of your goal. So that you kind of do that half. Because look, by demounting him here, now this is awkward, right? If you kept him on his mount and waited for your... Let's say you keep him at this HP. Let's say you wait for your Q and you don't throw your W away here either, okay?
Yeah, then I would be able to kill him here because he has no flash, and if I do a well combo,
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
he dies now.
And this is another problem a lot of aatrox players have, is they tend to be too loose with throwing away their W. Like, you should see it as a very important spell, yet a lot of people, including yourself in this situation, you just kind of throw it, right? And your Qs, you can't realistically hit your Qs reliably if you don't have your W. And so this would be a solo kill if you had your W, I'm pretty sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Now you're just dead again, and that's GG. So we move on to the next VOD. Okay, let's see if you track jungler better in this one. Okay, aatrox versus Shen. Alright, this matchup, notoriously hard early levels, and then it starts getting a bit easier once you're level 6, because you have combat ult and he doesn't. Alright, we're using our ward for the bush level 1. Why is that? Why is that?
That is because, like in this matchup, I try to care that he can't set up his sword level 1, so he can't get past. So if he's standing here, I just know basically. We even get the Raptor ward here from Echo.
Yeah, but like realistically, this ward isn't going to prevent him from getting his sword, because if this guy is good, he would just walk up and just press it, and then what are you gonna do? Like auto Q and that's it, right? But it doesn't really change anything. This ward, just don't place it, okay? You need your ward for more important moments.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So just don't place it at all.
Okay.
Okay. And then using Ignite against Shen, that's pretty rough, I would say. Because if you don't have TP to match his ult in the early game, it's going to be rough. So I would run TP against most tanks, actually. I would run TP. Sion, Ornn, Shen, you know, Cho'Gath. Because your Ignite, you know, first of all, he doesn't have any healing in his kit, so Ignite is lower value than it normally is. And secondly, the aforementioned reason. Okay, you're hitting the wave. This is like... The thing is, in some elos and some matchups, if your opponent is just not playing well, you can sometimes get prio in matchups where you're normally not supposed to.
Yeah.
And I hope that's your mindset here, and you're not just autopiloting, right?
No. Because he was late for wave, I already auto-tagged. Because
Okay.
I think I can manage to get prio, and he didn't even set up his sword just now.
Yeah, okay.
That's way too late.
The problem is, even if you get prio, he's still gonna just get level 2 at some point and just E and take your whole health bar. But yeah, if you notice your opponents are like really insecure and they're like giving prio, then there are off chances where you should take prio, even though you're not supposed to, and that can make the difference between winning or losing, because I mean, getting priority is literally OP, right? Like right now, if your Rengar is able to gank top because the wave is pushing towards you, because of the fact that you took prior early, that is a game-winning play by itself. So very nice. Okay, let's speed up a little bit. Okay, so we have the Raptor ward. You didn't ask for it this game, and the thing is, sometimes you're gonna have it, sometimes you don't, if you don't ask for it. But if you ask for it, you're gonna have it most games. And so I want you to really, really ask for that every single game from now on, until you're rank 1. It doesn't really matter what elo you are. This has to be a habit, just like popping pots. Like, just asking for that ward. Okay. Unless they change it or something. But then you'll hear it from me. Okay, so, we're trading. Number 1 priority should be to, exactly, Q the wave, crash it ASAP, because if we don't crash this, it's gonna be an awkward crash, right? So, there we go. Nice, very good. Okay, baiting is stunned. Okay, so your Rengar's invading. Shen is a champ with a very low wave clear. That is the condition for moving here. If this was in Aurelia or Riven, you cannot move here. So, you should have that in mind. Oh, the enemy champ has low wave clear? Okay, I can move. If it's high wave clear, you can never move here, okay? Because imagine, he's just one-shotting the wave and then he moves.
Yeah,
then what?
I actually didn't even think about it. I just saw, okay, I had prior, so I'm moving.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so another thing. When you fight skirmishes like these, you should prioritize forcing the enemy's spells rather than just hurrying and getting kills. It's so much better to play slow and controlled rather than just super fast and out of order, if that makes sense. So like if you see this Kane and you know he has flash right now, right? Flash queuing and just trading flash for flash is not it. You could get his flash without flashing yourself.
Yeah, I could just bait my Q.
Exactly. You could just QE here and then he would flash. Okay, and now you can just focus the Vex and then she will flash as well. And then you get out and go back top. You forced 2 flashes by yourself. That's really good. And you should be happy with that. And, you know, this was very rushed. Okay, so this guy... Yeah, I like the late ignite. Often people flash right as you ignite and then they just waste their flash. It's very good. Did he flash, the guy? The Shen?
Shen?
No, okay, it looked like he flashed because of the... It was
Yeah.
weird. Okay, good move. Very good, consistent play. Good job. Now, you could recontest here, honestly. Like, why not? You're full HP, you have red buff. You can just kind of make Kane's life miserable here, if you want to.
Yeah, I could.
Because the wave is pushing towards you, right? So, there is no reason not to. Okay, anyway... I assume you're not basing because you want like a Tabi's base or like a tunneler recall. That's fine. Good trade, by the way. Not eking forward until your last Q. It's very good, by the way. Well, I guess the end of the second Q. All right. Okay, so this guy doesn't have TP. And so what I want to see is I want you to kind of make the wave push towards you and then get like a situation where he has to take a bad base, right? Or you just kill him. Okay, flash, nice. Yeah. Okay, this is very awkward. So here, look, you lane locked yourself. Classic mistake. So let me explain, okay?
Okay.
When the wave is pushing towards you and you don't have TP, often if you're like really low, even though you're denying your opponent a full wave by making him base here, if you don't then match his base, you're going to be stuck in lane, okay? So
what would you do here in this situation?
Yeah, so what you want is the enemy wave to be frozen by the time you come back to lane, you catch the wave, right? That's like ideal. So you have 2 options here and you need to think fast, okay? Your first option is to thin the wave as hard as you can and then instantly press base, okay? That is the best option. The other option is just to instantly base and you will lose a little bit more, but it's fine. Because that kind of, it's less risky, if that makes sense. Like, yes, you're guaranteed to lose a little bit, but you don't take the risk of like, because if you fail thinning the wave properly, then you're going to lose even more, right? But if you do it properly, you'll lose less than if you instantly base.
Is there maybe a thumb rule or something?
Yeah.
How much I have to thin the wave?
Yeah, the rule of thumb is you want the enemy Mio wave to be like, 2 to 3 creeps bigger and then base. And so what you do here is you just look at the low HP minions, right? And you just prioritize killing those first. So you kill that low HP caster creep, then the 2 low HP melees, and then you kill the cannon. And then you press recall.
Okay.
And ideally, you are tanking the minions here instead of your minions tanking the enemy minions. Does that make sense? So you want to stand in the middle of the wave. Because if the enemy minions are hitting you, it doesn't matter. You're going to recall anyway, right? So it doesn't matter how much HP you have. If those minions are hitting your minions are going to die way faster. And then when you base and come back, your wave is going to be a lot smaller, right?
I actually never thought about that.
So stand here, just stand right here while you're thinking the wave. Tank all those creeps, doesn't matter. You're going to recall anyway. Get your tabis, and then you're in a really good spot. But now instead, you see what happens, right? You stay. And now, even though Shen lost a lot in the long term, in the short term, you're lane locked now. If this guy is good, he can lane lock you. This is a horrible situation for you. The only way to get out of this is to, outplay him, which you go, okay, well, this guy has no sums, right? So you can maybe kill him. He's going to taunt.
Yeah, I wanted to keep my spells for his E, but he
Yeah.
really...
Okay. Oh, well, okay, well, you end up killing him and getting the... Nice, good job. Alright, so you got out of it pretty well, but, on average, that would be hard. Okay, so enemies, this game, in my opinion, this is not a lethality game because they have Thresh CC, Vex CC, Kane CC, unless he's going Blue Kane, I think he is, yeah, and Shen CC. This would be a game where you could go like the hybrid build, so you could go like Thunder Sky into Voltaic into Seradas. And then...
I actually thought about that the scam but because of Shen E, or I don't know, his field. I didn't go Thunder because it's hard to proc, so I just took Voltaic, and I think after that I went Distance on, I guess, the Endless or something because of the tenacity, but
Yeah, I mean, it's like the same argument for Jax. Oh, you can't go Thunder Sky, but the thing is, in laning phase maybe, but like after laning phase, you can still proc your Thunder Sky quite often. So
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened? You came back and you just like killed him again, right? Or you just recalled, came back, killed him again. Very nice. Okay. Then you take the plates, recall, and get your... Okay, so you have your item spike now. So right now it's time to start playing for grubs and stuff. Okay, well, you just kill him again. All right, you're just fisting this guy. Shen, okay, well, he ults the cane and you live. That's very good. Kill him again. All right, you're just completely fisting. Nice. How does this game go? You are... Oh, this is a game where you have to carry, I think. Yo, that's in a second. Okay. All right, let's see. So, your stomping lane. You are stomping. Did you end up winning this game or no?
I think no.
Okay.
I think I lost this one.
Okay. So you're stomping lane, and it's basically you win any 5v5 at this point because Shen is useless, right? Okay, so what you want to do is you're playing aatrox, right? So there's a couple rules. You need to first identify the game state. So when you identify the game state, you can kind of categorize it in 3 different ways. It can either be a winning, even, or losing game state. So which one of these 3 would you say you are in right now?
I would hover between winning and even, I think, because the Vex is pretty strong as well and the Kane is pretty good in game, and Shen has at least some kind of value with his E and his ult still.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would say you're even, and a good rule of thumb is just to look at the score. But you're even / slightly winning. I would say even. Okay, so right now we're in an even game state. So in even game states, you don't want to just mindlessly group and just take it, because when you're ahead, let's say you're like 10k gold ahead, right? What is your goal? Well, your goal is just to group as much as possible and disallow the enemies to get any advantageous fights, and you just take every objective, right? That's easy. It's almost as easy said as done, like, honestly. In an even game state, it's different because you can't just group and hope the enemies, just die because they're not that behind, right? So what we do in even game state is we make a couple rules for ourselves, okay? We try to only move the plays if we prioritize our own resources first. So we want to try and push waves before moving. So push waves, push before moving. And secondly is we want to play on item spikes. So you can choose your fights, right? If there's a Drake spawning, and let's say in 2 minutes the Drake is spawning, and you notice, hey, you already have your death stance, but you're almost your 3rd item, and you press tab, and you see the enemies all have 2 items. This guy's 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and this guy's like 1, 1, 2, 1, right? You can say, all right, I'm not gonna fight this one, I'm gonna fight the next one, right? And so then you can get your Serrata spike, which is big on aatrox, okay? So item spikes, and the last one is try to get numbers advantages. Now, the way to do that is just a push and move strategy. I'm not sure if you know about that, or using your TP. Okay, so that is our kind of our mid-game rulebook. So first identify, okay, we're in even game state. So what do we do? Well, let's look at the map. Okay, we're gonna push top here. Okay, push this wave, and then look. This is the problem. What you're doing right now is you are basically nerfing your own ability to impact the map by walking through lane. And this is the best habit you can build, okay? When you shove a wave, your opponent has to still catch this wave to be even with you, okay? And when they do that, where are they going to catch the wave? Most likely pretty far behind, right?
Yeah, pretty deep.
So while they're catching the wave top, you have a move, you have a turn, basically. We call this a turn, okay? And while they're catching the wave, you can kind of move like this. Okay, so I'll show you in real time, and I'll just follow where you would be. Okay, so you're walking here, here, here. You could take the aggressive route too. That's fine. Walking here, here, here. Okay, boom. Now stop. You're right there. Okay. And so look at the difference. If you're here, you're able to look at this mid wave. You're able to walk mid and take the wave there, or join the fight there, or whatever. Or you could place wards here, you could invade, you can take the camps, and you can also, guess what? You could pivot, right? You could go all the way back to top if there's nothing here. You see? we're hovering. This is what we call hovering. Now, hovering is really good because it opens up multiple options. If you continue going through lane, how many options do you have? Look at this. What can you do?
1.
Yes.
Okay. I can maybe take jungle camps and poke him under turret, but I don't make any significant change to the game.
Yeah, and if you're the opponent, let's say this guy's really weak. If you're walking at him like this, what's gonna happen? He's gonna
back off, obviously.
Right. But if you walk at him like this, what's gonna happen?
Maybe I can catch him.
Yeah, exactly. You see? So it's really important to just walk and go through jungle. You just open up so many options. So right now, this is what I think about this game, okay? Ready? This is what I would do. I go like this, take the wave, send my echo top, because if you're mid, he's gonna automatically go top. And then after catching mid, how many options do you have? Let's say you catch this wave here, right? How many options do you have realistically?
Maybe nearly infinite. I mean, I can do everything. I can move bot, I can invade with my Rengar, I can prep Drake, I can prep top, I can do anything pretty much. Yeah.
You can base, you can hit mid turret, go top, go bot, take top side jungle, take bot side jungle. You have like 6 options. Compare that to being top. Hello? What can you even do if you're here? You have 0 options. You can't even Pokemon or turret, bro. It's Shen.
It's a negative option, aatrox.
Yeah, so look at the difference, right? Look at this. I promise you, you shouldn't be afraid to like take your mid laner's wave, because your mid laner is not losing farm. The wave he's missing on mid, where is he getting that?
Wait, can you repeat that?
So you're taking his wave mid, technically. But where he's not losing the wave, is he? Because where is he getting that wave? He's getting it top. He's gonna go top and take the wave there. So he's not really losing anything, is he? And would you rather have an Echo be mid lane, who's like, I don't know what his score is, definitely not as good as yours, or would you rather you be the mid laner? You're just switching roles, aren't you?
Yeah, probably. I should be mid. I can influence the map better.
Absolutely. I mean, look at this. You're here, you see a play there, you go here, boom, you take a kill, you base, you go back top, you push the wave, boom, you go here, take another mid wave, boom, go Drake, take the Drake, TP back top to defend top. You see? There's so many things you can do. So the game should be viewed as this. Anytime you push a wave past neutral, and this is what I like to refer to as neutral. If the map is a pizza, you just cut through the middle, right? Anytime a wave is past this point, you have a turn, and you want to use your turn to impact the map. And since side lanes, like the lane itself is a little bit longer than mid, as you can see, yet the minions spawn at the same time, you always are able to create numbers advantages on mid waves. And mid waves, mid priority, lets you get the first move to objectives, because when you push a mid wave and the enemies defend the tower, that gives you another numbers advantages. Do you understand that? And that numbers advantage allows you to get the control, right? Get you vision around the objective. And now, if you have 2 identical team comps, let's say you have Team A and Team B, and they're same champions, same goal, same items, same level, same everything. Yet Team A is on the objective first, and Team B has to face check Team A, right?
Yeah.
Who wins this? What are the chances that Team B wins this?
I would guess like 30 or 40, but
yeah, I would say exactly the same. It's such a big difference. Like whoever has first control around the objective and the wards and stuff is so much more likely to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's really important.
Yes. Okay, and now also you're just getting collapsed on because you don't have vision, and yeah, like this right here this can never ever happen again in your games. If you want to be a high elo player, you cannot just sit here and just hit turret and hope for the best. You have to make plays on the map. You have to start moving. What I just explained to you. This death here, I hope Kane doesn't get GG. He got a shutdown, and now we can stop review because this game is over. I would not be able to carry this game either now at this point. Maybe I would, but still, it's so much harder. You get the point.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm nerfing myself with being like AFK on map, even though I'm strong.
Yeah, and remember this, right? When you're the win con and you have 0 deaths, and the enemy win con has 0 deaths, whoever kills who first usually wins the game. Like the statistics on this, they're crazy. So you died to the enemy win con while you were the win con, and now how do you win this game?
Yeah, the enemy win con is not stronger.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, good. Let's see. We have a couple other VODs. Got a Zahen one here. Okay, let's see. I want to see some jungle tracking. I want to see you do that. Okay.
Okay, we have Raptor what again?
Oh, sorry. I have to vent a bit. This, remove it ASAP. You didn't have it in your other games. So
yeah, I already removed it.
Okay, good.
A little bit.
Very good, very good.
Can you explain why though?
Well, I mean, the thing is, the fact that you have this, it says a lot about you. Because what it says about you is you care a lot about stats, you care a lot about your CS per minute, and you're comparing your CS per minute to the average. And here's what happens. When you see that your CS per minute is lower than the average, you're going to try to compensate. You're going to go side lane to get more CS. And because of that, you're going to make the wrong decision. Sometimes it's not good to go here. You're supposed to group. And then you're losing games just by comparing your CS to other people. And that's really bad, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
So this widget, it just mind controls you to make wrong decisions. And remember this, having high CS is a byproduct of making good decisions. Someone like Raider, who has high CS every game, he's not playing for CS. He just has really good macro, so he never loses waves. That is it. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's why it's not good. Anyway, we see Briar on Raptors, okay?
Yeah.
Now, we know that she starts Raptors, so there's two things she can do. She can either do Raptors, Red Crocs, and top gank, or she's gonna do full clear towards bot. That is, those are her only options, okay?
Okay, so if we know she could probably do a free camp gank, is it good to like ward instantly level 2 the trebush?
It's good to ward after your. I mean, there's two different things. One, if you're getting prio, you don't need to ward. You just need to respect a bit until she's gone. Okay. Two, if you are getting prio, then it's rough because if they're playing a champion who can jump over walls like Briar, she's just gonna gank you like this, and your Tribush ward doesn't do anything. If they're playing a champion who can't, then you can ward Tribush and then you're chilling, right? So if they're playing a champ who can jump over walls, you should ward here because it's better than nothing. And you should position yourself pretty far back, even though you're getting prio, and it sucks, but you know, at some point you can be like, all right, surely they're gone by now, and you just run, right?
Okay.
And lastly, remember, if they're still ganking you, flash early. The earlier you flash, the better, because when a wave is frozen and you're taking damage, yet you save your flash, then what does it matter that you save your flash if you are now unable to get the crash? So you should invest your flash to hold onto your HP bar so that you can actually continue laning.
Okay. By the way, I'm always seeing you buying Eclipse into certain matchups, but I have actually no idea when to go Eclipse or like. I know the items spreadsheet of yours, and I'm using it always nearly every game.
Yeah.
But I actually I saw in your match history you going Eclipse into Gnar.
Yeah.
Do you have like a rule when you go Eclipse or when is it good?
Yeah, I mean, Eclipse, I go to like two different scenarios. One, I go it when I'm really behind because Eclipse gives you a pretty good power spike. So when I'm like hardcore losing, I like the components in Eclipse. They're all like AD. And if you're really behind going Thunder Sky, it feels bad because you're just not dealing damage, right? And secondly is when I know the enemies have like a lot of health stackers in their team, then I think Eclipse is good. Because for example, if you're playing against Sion, if you don't have Eclipse, you're not gonna kill him. You're just not. And so if you're playing against like a Sion or Ornn, Eclipse is very good. But if they have like a lot of CC in their team, then you could still go something else. But yeah, if they're like 3 or more health stackers, like for example, they have like a Sion plus a Tom Kench plus a Shyvana, right? Like 3 health stacking champs. Well, then you should go like Eclipse into LDR, for example. Like you just one shot everyone. It's really, really good. That is the way I see Eclipse.
Okay. I might try it next time I play against a tank or a lot of health stackers.
Okay. Alright, so we're playing as a hen. This champion gets prio against aatrox early because he has too much mobility. It's hard to hit your Qs. Here you didn't respect his level up timers, so or did you? Oh, he chose W. What the hell?
Yeah, he has a lot of blades, so
Yeah.
He just plays for auto takes.
Okay. So Briar should be okay. So I don't like. I'm not gonna be too nitpicky on this, but you should never have to E forward on your first Q, especially in melee matchups. In some range matchups, sure, but in melee matchups, you should never have to E forward on your first Q. You should always be able to walk into Q1 range and then use it. And here's the thing: if you use your E for your first Q, what they can do is they could just wait out your Qs and then walk up and trade, and your E will be down, and that sucks. And you never hit your consecutive Qs if you E forward, right? Look how much you have to respect now, because your E is down. So try to really walk into Q1 range without having to rely on E. That's like the biggest difference between a good and a really good aatrox player. Is being able to hit your first Q, especially, without using E. Because here...
I sometimes hear like good aatrox players saying sometimes it's better to hold Q than to use it. What's up with that? Like I've seen some naive clips, for example, which unfortunately never really gets to the explaining part. But do you know why some of the best aatrox players said? Oh my god, I can't.
Yeah. So here, for example, right, just by you having your Q, he's going to be respecting you, and he's not going to be able to hit the wave if he respects you. And what does that give you?
I guess some room.
Yeah, and what do you do with that room?
I can last it.
You can get prio. You can get level up before him. You can get control of the wave. If you use your Q here, then what?
Then I have to respect for my
as you did. Look, so now he gets prio. So if you held onto your Q, he would be scared. It's the same argument for like a blitzcrank Q, right? Like, not using your Q on blitzcrank, the fact that you have your Q up, it makes the opponents respect you. And if they're respecting, what does that give you? That gives you control. That gives you control of the wave. You see? Understand that?
Yeah.
So here, you don't use your EQ. You just walk into Q1 range. If he disrespects your Q1 range, you use it. If he walks out of it and he does respect, that gives you full control of the wave, and that lets you get your level 3 before him. And now you can do like a 4-wave crash, recall, come back with longsword, refillable pot, and maybe look to get a solo kill, you know?
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So wave states, this is like the mindset of like a good top laner. Wave states always go above trading. Jungle tracking always go above trading. Basically, all you need to master as a top laner is like good wave management and good jungle tracking, and then the rest will come. And yeah, that's it. Like those two things should go above everything else.
So you say that's the most important part to focus on if I want to get improving.
Yeah, wave management and jungle tracking. Though, like that is the biggest difference. Even in like GM players, they don't do it properly. Like even challenger players don't jungle track properly every game. It's crazy because jungle tracking is not necessarily just a skill. It is both a skill and it is intensity. If you are not playing high intensity enough, you're not going to track the jungle because you're just too focused on other things, and you're going to just get caught lacking, right? So it is a skill to know. It's like, you know, the timers, you know how they can gank, what they can gank, but it's also, I mean, this is prime example, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the free camp gank.
Yeah. So did you know that if you see a jungler start on Raptors, were you thinking about the possibility that they're just doing 3 camps into gank?
Yeah, nah, usually I don't, because I don't like think about it jungle too much, but it makes a lot of sense because she has no other options, right? If she does raptors, she can do Crux into buff, then she can look for a gank, or she has to recall and walk bot side.
Yeah, and this is what I said previously as well, right? If you see a jungler ganking you, flash just early.
Insta,
yeah. Because a lot of people have like, oh, maybe I don't have to flash, maybe I can bait them. Look at your wave, bro. Imagine you live here with 1 HP, yet you kept your flash. Would you like that? No, you don't. You're cooked. So just flash early, and then Briar. Look at what are Briar's options here when you live the gank here.
She has to recall.
Yeah.
Or she can maybe check if Nazo started bot side, but I think that's bad.
Yeah, but like she has to recall, and then she has to go do bot scuttle, right? Because Nasus will go bot scuttle. And then she has to contest it. If she goes top scuttle, then she has to go top scuttle into her bot side camps. You know how inefficient that is? Holy moly. So Briar's tempo is cooked, right? Like she can't play the game if you live here. She'll most likely double down and just continue to gank you and like, you know, flash on you. But yeah.
Actually lived it, I don't know. Can't remember.
Anyway, when you see the enemy jungler start Raptors, you can play for prio, but I suggest in matchups that are really hard, like matchups where it's like really even early game, like Sahen, I suggest you just keep the wave in the middle. You don't get prio too hard. You try to not give him prio too hard either, and then you just survive the gank. That's just what your focus should be on. And you can even ward after wave 2, you know? But the problem with warding after wave 2 is that like if the enemy jungler sees you ward, they're not going to gank you anymore, and you kind of want to waste their time, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So sometimes the best thing is even to just ward level 1, honestly. Because at least then they don't know if you're warding, and then, you know.
Okay, yeah. I'll pay attention to it. Actually, yeah, I really need to do some work on my jungle tracking. I really need to pay a lot of attention in my next few games.
Yes, 100%, I agree. Okay. Now, another thing we need to discuss is, well, I mean, maybe it's not a good game to discuss it, but yeah, maybe it is actually. Okay. So here, the other thing that I'm really adamant about in top lane is being super aware of advantages, okay? So some people have this very intuitively, some people need to actively think about this. Whenever you die, or even sometimes when you kill your opponent, that doesn't mean you're in a losing position.
Yeah.
The difference often can be one person has flash and one person has no flash, or one person has ignite. And so every time you die, and this also is a good thing to untilt, because the best way to untilt is just to distract yourself and focus on what's next, okay? So here, your opponent kills you. What did they use?
They used Briar Flash, they used Zahin Ignite. I have no summoners and he has still Flash up.
Okay. So for the 1v1, Briar didn't flash, I think, by the way, so...
Did she not?
No, she didn't. But you can look at the top left and see what they use, right? That's the easiest way.
Actually, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Zahin has flash advantage. So whenever you come back to lane, that should be in your head. Like, okay, this guy's flash advantage, I need to be careful. You can play around it, right? Just actively thinking about the fact that he has that should give you some sort of... Because this guy, if I were Zahin right here, I would all in. Even though this is a big wave, this guy has flash advantage. Against aatrox, having flash advantage means what?
He can flash my Q3, for example,
Yeah.
and then like 50% of my damage is just gone.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, if this guy was actively thinking about it, he would be in a really bad spot here. And you have to play the fight in a different way, if that makes sense. Like, you're not gonna E forward, for example. So that was my point. Okay, anyway, so you got the wave in, bless. Alright, so now what do? We should, I mean, okay, where's the enemy jungler? It should be the next question. Where is Briar?
She should be bot side.
Yeah, she's gonna go bot camps and then recall and then go top, right?
Yeah.
And that is another thing I want to like kind of just briefly touch upon. Knowing where she starts gives you this insane information, right? Where you know she's going to do this, recall, and go here again. And then she can either go this or this. So here, she's going to do, you know, her bot side camps and base. She should be going top soon. So right now, if you take even one bad trade here, you're gonna get dove. Like, just simply put, you're gonna get dove. She's gonna walk here and do her raptors, and then she's gonna look top, and then she's gonna realize you're low, and then she's just gonna cancel her raptors, go top and dive you, and then she's just gonna go back to her full clear, right? So, yeah, you took a trade here, and now there's such a good chance you're gonna get dove here, don't you think?
Yeah.
You got very lucky. There she is. Okay, end up getting the crash, basing, triple longsword, come back, hold the wave. GG,
aatrox W.
Oh, we're Wing for fun?
Let me see.
Oh, okay, you thought it would pull.
Yeah.
Do you know about the stutter step as on aatrox?
The stutter step?
Yeah.
I'd actually never heard of it. What is the stutter step? Teach me.
So this is what a lot of rhythm players do, and you can do it very well in aatrox. So basically what you do is let's say you don't E forward on this first Q, right? You just Q him, and he like E's backwards. You're just standing here, you just Q'd, he just E'd backwards. When you click away, what's the first thing he's gonna do?
Yeah, the micro move, and he's gonna click towards me because he thinks I'm safe, so I can Q to EM, for example, right?
Exactly. And since humans have like a 20 seconds, 30 second reaction time, millisecond, right? If you click into him, it's gonna take him a while to click back, unless he predicts it. And then you're closing this distance a little bit by just clicking back into him. And then you're able to QE on him and then press W, and now his E is down while he's trading onto you.
Yeah, that's good. I think a lot of Darius player do it as well with his E, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you should try and abuse this a lot, like a lot. And that's also why I don't like E forward a lot of times, because just because your E is down doesn't just because your Q missed doesn't mean you can't trade still.
Does that mean can I use the stutter step for like Q1 without E as well?
No, not really, but often like when you're stomping lane and like the opponent is like about to catch a wave, that's where you can do it sometimes, you know. So yeah.
By the way, it's always don't E forward, but I don't know, and it just feels sometimes very uncomfortable. For example, against Ogod, Zahin, or Riven, to just walk up because like if he dodges or something, I can't trade, right? So I don't know. It always feels very, very hard and out of comfort to just Q1 without E.
Well, it shouldn't, because when you Q, you can E backwards, can't you? After your Q lands.
Yeah.
Why is it uncomfortable?
I don't know.
It should be uncomfortable to E forward, wouldn't it? Because then they're going to one-shot you. If you E forward against an Urgot, he hits his E and you're dead. Against Riven, the same, you know? So you should get comfortable doing that, because it's way better than Eing forward, trust. Like, against any good Riven player in high elo, if I E forward once, she will EQ, auto W, auto Q, and then just one-shot me. That's like the whole mind game is whether or not... And sometimes you can, like, if you haven't E'd forward on your Qs for like 5 times in a row, sometimes you can like do it and it catches them off guard because they think, oh, he's not gonna do it, and then they don't expect it, right? And you just get a free E onto them. Okay, end up killing this guy. Very nice. Alright, next fault. Ambessa. Ooh, this is a very hard match. I mean, it's a skill matchup, I would say, but it's definitely Ambessa favorite.
This match. I got PTSD from this match. I don't. Oh yeah. I don't know if I play Ambessa. My Ambessa can't do that thing. I don't know. My Ambessa can't do that. What enemy Ambessa does to me.
Okay. First of all, runes. I'm a big fan of bone plating, or I actually like sudden impact secondary a lot.
Okay.
So you can go grasp and then sudden impact second as well. I think that's very good.
Grasp, sudden impact.
Yeah, you go grasp domination. Because sudden impact just helps a lot in this matchup.
Never done that actually, but
yeah, it's pretty good. But I tend to go conquer with bone plating. Sometimes I go sudden impact second though. Anyway, exhaust, very good. I don't go ignite anymore in matchups where the enemy has no healing. So Ambessa's healing, she does have a little bit, right, after level 6, but it's not that much. And exhaust is really good against Ambessa because anytime she dashes forward, you will just run her down once all her dashes are gone, just like the way you play Renekton matchup. And also exhaust, it makes it easier to hit your pool, right? Because the slow is just really nice.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I never thought about it. I just go ignite because biased ignite. But yeah, actually, I have to try that.
Yeah,
so let me write that down.
Okay, good trades, very nice. Again, you have a ward on Raptors, but you didn't ask for it. And so you're getting very lucky in these games because not every game you will have this luxury, right? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I like the bushes. Very nice. You should always play from the bushes like that if you have nothing to do, because she can't hit her spells on you then. Okay.
I think, I don't know. I've tried to review the game for myself, but it was so hard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got prior.
Yeah.
I got prior here, but I don't know. After I don't have my Qs anymore, I feel like the wave didn't really matter. She just outtraded me, sir. But
yeah,
we're gonna.
Here, I mean, this Q on the creep is just not good. Like you, the thing is, so here's like a big concept that you can use in like almost every game. Okay, whenever your wave is slow pushing towards the opponent, what's gonna happen if you both don't do anything with the wave?
My wave's gonna crash.
Okay, and so who has to make the first move in order to stop that from happening?
The ambassador, the enemy.
Right. Okay. Good. So think about it this way: she has to make the first move. So therefore, what do you do?
I mean, I guess punish her.
Yeah, you just wait for her to do that, right? You just wait for her to make the first move. So what happens when you make the first move? What happens?
Then she can punish me and she waits for me to do the move, and then I'm free target.
Exactly. So now I like to introduce like the whole standing your ground concept. Whenever the wave is pushing towards your opponent, it doesn't matter how much damage you take, you will recall after wave 3 anyway, unless you die, obviously. So what you want to do is you want to stand your ground. You want to stand far forward and just sit there and like stare at her as interface, right? And if she trades onto you, you trade back. If she doesn't walk up, you don't do anything. The whole thing with not throwing your Q sometimes is better, that is here as well, right? And so look, all you have to do is just last hit this creep with auto. And then if she Qs you, okay, fine, you'll take a little bit of damage, who cares? Now her Q is down, and if she ever walks up to get a last hit, you'll Q her. If she doesn't get last hits, guess what? You're getting ahead because you're getting a CS lead. You see?
Yeah.
So you're really panicky here. You're like throwing your Qs away. What is she gonna do when your Q's on cooldown? She's gonna do this. She's gonna last hit that creep, and she's gonna last hit this creep, and she's gonna thin the wave or the W, and she's gonna trade on you. And look, you can't do shit here because your Q's on cooldown. You see?
Yeah, I see that.
So that's just let her make the first move and then react. Play reactively. Don't play proactively. If she goes for a last hit, that's when you really Q her, right? If she trades, that's when you trade back. You don't just throw your spells.
So always when my wave is slow pushing, I have to play reactively, right?
Well, you don't force trades. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you just wait for her to be in a position where you can actually punish her. So either she's last hitting, or she's walking up too far, or she's trading onto you first. Understand? But here she's like, what does she do? Like right now, if you had to guess what Mbessa's focusing on in her brain, what is it? It's dodging your Q.
Yeah.
And you're throwing your Q while the only thing she's doing is trying to dodge it. Instead of throwing your Q when she's trying to CS. You see the problem?
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's a mistake here.
And now look how awkward that is, right? And okay, and now look, why didn't you crash wave 3? Why not?
Because I wasted my Q.
Yeah, she was able to thin it because you weren't able to stop her from thinning it. And now we're in this awkward position where, yeah, I mean, look, it's just so like the problem is clear to me. You just didn't use your Qs properly.
Yep.
This one as well, like you Q, you could have waited. You could have like waited for one more level up, right, before you Q. You could have like hit that creep a couple more times and then you level 3 and then you do a trade, for example. And your E, you should not E forward. People will walk into your E if you're this close, right? And the problem with Eing forward is now what happens? She will trade onto you. You can't trade back because your E is down. You can't get out of that trade. Okay, so she kills you. She used, what did she use? A flash ignite. Okay.
Yeah.
Going back to lane. What are your advantages and where are the junglers?
Enemy jungler is bot side. My jungler is on way to top scuttle. We don't have summoners both. She has item advantage. I have a minion advantage in like one wave because my wave is slow pushing.
Okay. So there's about to happen something. That's a weird sentence. Something is about to happen. That is game deciding, right? Which is
yeah, maybe she killed me on the freeze.
Yeah. So she's about to set up a freeze. And if you don't stop her from setting up the freeze, the game is over. We can agree on that.
Yeah.
Normally when someone freezes, you still have the option to like maybe go around, proxy, execute, whatever, and the freeze drops. Elise is topside here because she pathed to bot. We know that from the Raptor ward, right? Which is also another reason why warding this level 1 is so good. We know that she started here and went here, so around this timer, where is she gonna be? Well, just look at your Jarvan. She's gonna do this, base, go here, right? Okay, so here, this is why we ask ourselves, what are our advantages? So, okay, you both use both sums. Your jungler is top, enemy jungler is not top yet. So that's one advantage, right? You can ping your jungler to come help because there's no 2v2, okay? Second advantage is you will get level 4 here on this wave before her, right? And you're gonna stand your ground. So another thing is you gotta pop your pots as early as possible because you don't want to be in a situation where they're like ticking mid-fight. You want to use them before the fight. And lastly, you just have to you kind of need confidence here because you already know she's going to fight you to the death to set up the freeze. If you get the crash, you're golden, right? Then you're fine. So you're gonna have to grow some balls here and just fight her. Basically, that like just straight up, you need to fight her here. So what I would do is okay, press tab, check her items. That's very good that you did that. I hope you looked at her items.
Yeah, that she has pickaxe.
Okay, very good. And here, what you do is you just hard shove this wave. Because look how far back she's standing.
Would you hard shove this wave with Qs? Like
yes.
Waste your Qs?
If she's standing closer, you have to auto. Actually, how about this? If she's standing very close and she's like clearly contesting, you just keep slow pushing. But if she's respecting this hard, you just hard shove. Like honestly, this is your one and only chance because your Jarvan's leaving. Okay, so if you don't hard shove this, your Jarvan's gone. And now this is what's gonna happen. This wave is gonna like not fully crash. It's gonna be on her turret. She's gonna fight you. Elise gonna be top. You're gonna die to Elise gank, and the game's over. Yeah, see, it didn't fully crash, and now it's like awkward, and then Elise ganks you, and you die, and then the game's over.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really bad right now.
Yep. You see, I predicted that happening, even though I didn't see the VOD before. It's just logic.
Yeah.
League is a very logical game, right? And jungle tracking is just again wave management plus jungle tracking. Your mistake here was not tracking Elise, and then you didn't push the wave fast enough. That was your mistake, and I could see that coming from 40 seconds in the past, right?
Lucky.
Okay. All right, another one. Let's see, aatrox Urgot. This is a fun matchup.
Yeah, I don't like the matchup. It's so. I don't know, I feel like Urgot can like one-shot me out of nowhere.
Yeah. Okay, so for this last VOD, I want you to be the coach. I want you to review this yourself, and I'll see how good you are at reviewing. I'll look at if you missed anything, and we'll see how far you can get, okay?
Okay. Okay, I see my Talon pathing into topside. Raptor ward. Okay. I see my Urgot was standing in my try apparently. Okay, he started E, got his PTA proc. I mean, I used my first Q for just last hitting, giving priority. I would agree that that's like a thing you can do because Urgot's pretty strong level 1. Okay, here I try to thin it out a little bit. I try to get the last hits as much as possible, preserve my health for the bounce back runner here. Okay. I mean, now he's just gonna do the auto, can't do anything against that really.
Okay.
Just getting my last hits in. Okay, and now I'm going to slow push this wave. I have to care. Talon is gonna be there in like a few seconds for Scuttle.
Yeah.
I mean, I ward this preemptively because of Talon Champ, because you can like just walk here and jump over the wall to gank me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm respecting it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's in the bush as well, so I'm just been chilling. Okay, no, I would guess that he's gone, still warding, and trying to crash his wave now.
Very nice. Okay. A
Okay,
couple details that you could be doing better, but overall good. Very good.
Now the Ray was there,
Mm-hmm.
and what did we do? Can't remember. I remember this game. This was so scuffed. Okay, I'm now setuping a freeze because of the Ray.
Nice. Don't worry, W.
I'm keeping my W for the flash.
Yeah, very nice. That's what I was thinking too.
Okay.
Could have flamed your support there. It was a mistake by you, but it's all good.
I should have flamed my support here.
Yep. She stole the kill.
Yeah. Always flame the supports. But
Yeah.
I mean, she gave her lane for like for giving me a free lane. I rush played it here because double 80 topside and Caitlyn.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
good.
they have a lot of CC with Morg as well, so
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go Sterix or Endless Hunger in the later course of the game.
Okay. What's the question you need to ask yourself here? What did I teach you so far?
What are my advantages?
What are they?
I have a freeze. I mean, a slow push towards me because my wave crashed.
Mm-hmm.
I have a rail that's in my top side again.
Mm-hmm.
I have item advantage. He has no summons. I have no summons. And if my rail is there, I think we're gonna be a lot stronger. And he has Cal, so he basically has 400 gold worth of nothing right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I'm pretty good to go right now.
Okay.
And probably just setting up the freeze till my rail is there and killing him on repeat again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. One more question. Besides the advantages, is the junglers, right?
Yeah.
So Talon, you know he's going to be pathing towards top again.
He should be topside again now.
We see him on mid though, so that's good. And you said use both sums. He didn't use ignite, so he has ignite advantage. Okay.
Okay, my bad then.
And then you ask yourself, who's getting level 6 first? What's the answer to that?
That's the problem. It's hard to guess because like I crashed the wave. He missed a lot, yes, but he already got a lot of minions cleared before me because of the slow push, you know.
Mm-hmm. But look
So
how much he lost here.
Yeah, I would still guess I have more XP than him. I will get ult sooner.
Yes, I agree. Ooh, you misplayed. See what I mean? You can just E backwards. This is what I said earlier. You're scared.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, keep going.
Okay, keep going. Okay, so I just set up my freeze now. I have to carry Finn the wave. Okay, I tanked a little bit of damage here. Here's the rail. I engaged on a timer. Even got the kill. Now I'm crashing the wave again. And going for a recoil. Okay, Talon is in the on a red buff, I guess. Rail does a ward. We have move. And we kill the Ogre again, I think.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I have Q3.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just gonna slow push this wave again and crash. Even dive.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that was not good dive, no? Oh, even. Maybe if I Q behind me, I will kill him instantly.
I think I see the problem.
What's the problem?
There it is. Right there.
Oh, yeah. Man, always the QE, right?
Yep. When you dive someone, the best way to do it is just to press ult first and then Q. And even if your first Q misses, it usually doesn't matter too much. You just Q and then WQ and then you E backwards, right? And then you could even do this, right? Like let's say you E backwards here and just you drop aggro, you just wait for your next Q and then you redive.
Yeah, that makes sense. I have to play it slower and more controlled.
Exactly. Slow and controlled wins games. Don't forget that. This is not good. He gets a... Yeah, go ahead.
Did he get shut down?
He didn't.
No,
you got lucky.
So yeah, I got lucky because I didn't pay attention to it.
Mhm.
So I guess out of flip and luck, it was worth it, but it was bad executed. Now
Yeah.
freeze again, repeat the same.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we're just chilling for now.
Mhm.
This time I'm trying to like analyze how can influence the map better than the first game where I got the lead.
Mhm. Let's look at
Okay, we
it.
killed the Anivia, we dived them. Scuff play here.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, I recall by my DD.
Remember what I said
my,
earlier about like identifying stuff.
the enemy win con is the Caitlyn. So who's going who gets the kill first on each other? Like if I kill the Cait first, my win rates significantly get higher,
Yeah, sure.
right?
Yeah.
Um,
What should you
so
be doing here? What's the game state? Is it even, winning, ahead? What are we doing?
I would say it's even.
Okay. Is this a timer where you would want to fight? If you look at all the items and levels and from everyone?
No, I wouldn't. I think the enemies are pretty stronger right now because of the Talon. Ogre has some value with his ult as well. Kate is pretty strong, and Morgana is CC bot, and Anivia like crowd control. And in my team we have a lot of champs that's like scale really good. For example, Syndra scales really good. Kaiser scales were really good. We could
Okay.
play. If I have my Viego there, I think skirmishes are okay because we're both really strong right now.
Okay. I would look at it a bit differently. I would say I want to fight, but only if we have some sort of advantage before the fight starts, which could be a numbers advantage, like flash advantage, like health advantage, anything, right? So the correct player would be to go bot lane, shove the wave out, and then at some point, one of the enemies will catch bot wave, right? And once they do, that's when you rotate to Herald and you have a 5v4.
Okay, yeah.
That's kind of like an even game state. As I said earlier, you want to play with numbers. You want to get a numbers advantage, whether that's push and move, whether that's, oh, you have TP advantage so you can TP to a fight, etc., right? Now here, okay, they're kind of making a crazy play, which is a, invitation for you to TP. That's okay. You can TP here. No problem with that. Now let's look at when and how you TP.
I think the best player would just continue pushing because I would get T1 and just been chilling. But
yeah, I would say to you that Syndra dying here is like a very dumb mistake from her, and that it's actually a really hard call. Actually, this is a really hard call. You know what I would say is, your jungler is moving as well, so therefore you can TP. You should only TP once the enemies are like kind of committed to the fight, which in my opinion, right now they're committed. Okay. Right now they're committed. So this is where you should TP. At 14:26, you should TP. Maybe even before that, honestly. Like even here you should TP. Right here you should TP. You TP like a second too late, which makes the enemies able to get out, and then you should be pinging your Viego while you're TPing. You should be pinging him to join the fight while you're TPing, because he started just flipping the fight on Talon. And then you should be trying to E over the Raptor wall. Oh, you failed your E. Krog wall, rather. You should E over the Krog's wall, right?
Yeah.
You can kill Nivea. This fight should be good though. You have Thunder Sky. They eat backwards unnecessarily. Okay, and now what? We go top lane. Take the wave. We move mid. I think that's fine. Okay, very good. This is fine. Chase this guy. Kill this guy. Oh. Nice sidestep on the fear. Good mechanics. Take Drake. They're fighting. Oh my goodness, they're going very deep. Okay, nice. I like the timing on the E there. Very good. Nice. Good job. See, you're impacting the map. You push the wave top, then you move to mid, and then you're just chilling, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's very good.
Yeah, I need to do that consistently.
Yeah. You should. Okay. I think we end it here. I think this is the end of the review, end of the session. Okay. Man, that was, what did you think? It was good, right?
Yeah, I really like that. I think that I've made myself some notes.
Mhm. Very good.
And I think I got a lot from it. I have like good fundamentals on aatrox now. The stuff I can continue to improve, and I think if I fix my jungle tracking, I can really make a big change towards my gameplay, and if I play a little bit more disciplined and do the things I already know and learned, it's gonna be good.
Okay. Well, amazing, right? All right. Well, I think we covered everything. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I've still one final question, actually. So, what would you say is the most important ability on aatrox if you want to be the greatest? Like, what's the most important thing to be really like genuinely really good on aatrox?
I would say the ability to play accordingly every game. So recognizing what your job is in every game. So sometimes it's not your job to carry, and then you have to play a proper weak side. aatrox is very versatile, right? So some games when you're weak sided, your job is to fall behind as little as possible and let your team carry you. Some games it's your strong sided, so it's your job to carry. But being versatile and not seeing the game super black and white, but just being very dynamic is the most important. And that's where, in my opinion, that's where jungle tracking really falls in. And then it would just be like, I think what I struggled with most, what took me the longest to improve on is like team fighting, knowing when to your E usage basically, like knowing when it's okay to E forward or not. That's the hardest, I think.
Okay. Actually, I have one more question. I'm sorry. Why did you start playing aatrox? What do you like about the champ?
I really like the design and the great sword and the skill ceiling. I think that's the healing. I like being like tanky.
Yeah, he's just the biggest god of the top lane, right?
Yep. Like 100%.
Okay. Good.
I wouldn't play on Bessa because she's strong, because that champion to me it's not fun. It's just bad design.
I get it. The only reason I'm playing Bessa is because like if you go lethality and there's a cool combo you can do, you can cancel your like auto attacks and dash animations like Riven, and it has one really satisfying combo where you can like one shot nearly everyone. That's the only reason I'm playing her.
Okay,
alright. Thanks for the session.
Yeah.
Learned a lot.
I'll see you next time, man. Good luck in solo queue.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Alright, bye bye.
Alright, peace.